This is a nose-shaping tool from 1944. Two NASA engineers are testing a scale model of a Saturn I rocket in a wind tunnel. It's the 1960s. In 1956, magician Robert Harbin demonstrated one of his levitation tricks on a few beachgoers. These women looked pretty impressed and at ease, especially the woman levitating over rocks. An eager schoolboy gets his first experience using War Ration Book 2. With many parents engaged in war work, children are being taught the facts of point rationing for helping out in family marketing, 1943. Actress Martha O'Driscoll kisses a soldier goodbye in Los Angeles, 1941. Before he died, Abraham Lincoln had a life mask made of his face. The Rufus Buck Gang, 1896. In 1971, a prankster alters the famous Hollywood sign. Singing Girls, Hong Kong, 1901. Angie Means stands on a giant Amazonian water lily pad, Victoria Regia, in the Victoria Room at Pittsburgh's Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens in 1898. The pet fawn of Brad Curry of Galesburg, Michigan, watches him depart from home every morning on his school bus, 1960. A Japanese torpedo bomber explodes in the air. It's after a direct hit by a 5-inch shell from a U.S. aircraft carrier. This happened as the bomber tried an unsuccessful attack on the carrier off Kwajalein in 1943. A Japanese mother and her child are nestled amongst the rubble. It must have been a heartbreaking scene. It was August of 1945, and the city was reeling from the effects of the atomic bomb called Little Boy. The devastation. You can almost feel it. There's a massive organ pipe cactus. This is Baja, California, 1895. It was 1976. President Jimmy Carter, along with an aide, decided to skip the formalities. They were at LaGuardia Airport in New York City, and instead of going the usual route, they just hopped right over the fence. The interior of the Crystal Palace at Sydenham in 1854. It's the dressing room at the Moulin Rouge, 1924. Lumberjacks, around 1900. A Dutch couple are taking a stroll along the beach in the 1930s. Berlin, around 1905. A woman is wearing a cape that was designed to block harmful UV rays back in 1946. Soldiers are departing for Egypt. They lean out of their windows to kiss their loved ones goodbye. It's 1935. Chair skate leap around 1930. English skater Phil Taylor is doing a daring leap over Frida Whitaker. She's sitting on a chair on the ice at St. Moritz. Goro, a 5-foot robot developed by a toy research firm, is surrounded by school children in the Japanese capital, Tokyo, on February 29, 1964. (1931) German photographer Willy Ruge took this photograph seconds before landing during his 7-minute parachute jump from an airplane over Berlin. Franklin Delano Roosevelt at the start of his first term as president in 1933. A method for transporting prisoners on a motorcycle during the 1920s. Ford tried to reinvent the steering wheel, but they weren't successful. They tried to replace it with a pair of twisty dials back in the 1960s. There's a baboon, all dressed up like a person. It's from the year 1904. Racers left Times Square, New York for the Paris race in 1908. The first lawnmower was created in 1916. Children were going to a 12-hour night shift in the United States, 1908. A boy watches as crowds of segregationist demonstrators walk to Arkansas's Little Rock Central High to protest the first African American students in a white school. It was 1957. German World War II prisoners of war were harvesting grapes for the Widmer Winery in Naples, New York. Every state housed prisoners, but most camps were built in warm weather climates to save on barracks heating costs. The winter of 1905 was so cold, the Mississippi River froze completely. A couple is celebrating New Year's Eve. They've got party blowers and streamers. This was in 1930. A man is catching a shark. The man is in a boat. He is holding a fishing rod, and the line is taut. The shark is jumping out of the water. The sky is blue. The water is also blue. There are no other boats. This is the oldest picture of the White House ever taken, in 1846. Soviet children in sleeping bags are on their way to their dorm room. This was in 1930. Inventor Joe Gilpin, looking dapper as ever, while riding his motorized surfboard around 1948. Faces of War. A banquet for French soldiers who received grievous injuries during World War I. Henri Manuel, Paris, 1925. Teenage Marilyn Monroe, 1941. Private, First Class. Richie sniffs at the delicate perfume of a girl far away as he opens a letter. Vietnam, April 12, 1966. The patient has a tumor. She is in the 1800s. Safety first for this miss. Washington, D.C., August 8, 1936. The blizzard of 1978 hit Boston hard. It was a big storm with heavy snow and strong winds. The city was shut down, roads were blocked, and people were stuck at home. It was a tough time for everyone. The year 1953, the day sweet rationing ended in England. The Beatles come to Seattle, August 21, 1964. From the stage of the old New York Metropolitan Opera House, it's 1937. First grader Gail Etienne is escorted by United States federal marshals to a grade school. The school is being guarded by city police. This happened on the first day of school integration. The integration was by order of the federal court. This was in New Orleans, Louisiana, in 1960. All right, here's the call for recruits. London for World War I. Men of London, your king and country need you. Join the colors today. Enlist now at any recruiting office. God save the king. All right, a routine repair. Before he retired from baseball, the legendary Lou Gehrig auditioned for the role of Tarzan. They made him carry a spear and everything. Police are pouring out tons of corn whiskey after they seized an illegal distillery and its alcohol tanks in Chicago, 1923. Young guerrillas are wearing grenades at their belts, getting ready to fight the Viet Minh forces that are coming in the Red River Delta, northern Vietnam, in 1954. An NBC television crew is recording the New Year's celebration from Times Square in New York City in 1946. The Muffin Man, London, England, 1910. A sailor meets his baby for the first time after 14 months at sea during the 1940s. Blowing horns on Bleecker Street on New Year's Day, 1943. Lauren Bacall posed for this portrait with two cats that looked more like little owls. The year was 1940. Don't forget to cast rituals with your friends 6 feet apart, please. The Devil Rides Out, 1968. Having fun at camp. Boy Scouts in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, July 3, 1913. A swagman using a hollowed-out gum tree as a campsite, 1880. A swagman was a transient laborer who traveled by foot from farm to farm, carrying his belongings in a swag, which is a bedroll. The term originated in Australia. It's Helsinki, 1927. Galen Gooch, the strongest man on earth, Washington, 1923. Legendary writer and humorist Mark Twain, pictured shortly before he died at the age of 74 on April 21, 1910. In Pitt County, North Carolina, back in 1910, things weren't easy. Black men were being arrested, mostly because they didn't have a place to live or a job to go to. They were essentially rounded up for vagrancy. Then they'd be forced to work, but they wouldn't get paid. It was a new twist on an old story. Slavery, something that was supposedly forbidden, had just found a new way to exist. Chicago train, the 1950s. A charitable Chinese man is feeding a criminal in a kangi. It's around 1905. John F. Kennedy is giving a televised address from the Oval Office, and he's surrounded by cameras, the press, and technicians. There's a policeman and a tower guard. This is in London, United Kingdom in 1934. A British bulldog guards his home, barricaded during the Blitz, around 1939 to 1945. In 1924, Ruth Malcolmson was crowned Miss America. She was 18 years old at the time. She had won the Miss Philadelphia title in 1923, which led her to the Miss America competition. The party was buzzing. It was New Year's Eve, 1960, and the air was filled with anticipation. Valentine Tapley vowed in 1860 to never cut his beard again if Abraham Lincoln was elected president. A driller's at work in Kilgore, Texas, 1939. Two German soldiers and their mule are wearing gas masks in World War I in 1916. I'm not too sure how that worked out for the mule. It's a map of Europe from the year 1918. Dogan stilt dancers in Bandiagaramali in the 70s. A dog wedding, 1900. Anatoly Golimbievsky, a heavily decorated Soviet veteran who lost both legs in the Second World War, is acknowledging the salute of 4 young sailors from the Nakhimov Navy School on V-Day in Leningrad in 1989.